Tatum, just get in the car.
Hello, Sydney.
Okay, be honest. If your phone rang right now and someone on the other line said, "What's your favorite scary movie?" Would you answer confidently? Or would you panic and say something absurd like Stab 5 just because it's the first thing that came to your brain? Don't worry, we've all chosen chaos over common sense, and that's why today we're not picking favorites. We're asking the real question. Which one of the Scream movies actually go hard? And today we're talking energy, we're talking commitment, we're talking rewatchability, we're talking killer instinct. We have 5 tiers today. Top of the list, we have nuclear. This is franchise-defining chaos. We then have goes hard. This is strong, this is confident, this is dangerous. Strikes is like a solid hit. Needs more teeth is it bites, but it's pretty damn gummy. And lifeless is flatline, no pulse, dead in the ground. All right, pick up the phone. Let's rank these properly. Starting off here with the original Scream, and this movie didn't just revive slashers, it walked and picked up the phone and reintroduced itself. Killing Drew Barrymore in the first scene is still one of the boldest horror decisions ever, I think. She was the face of marketing. That wasn't a twist, that was betrayal. And the tone of this movie has this perfect balance. It's scary, but it's playful. It's self-aware, but still not smug. And it's funny without undercutting tension. And Ghostface is so damn dramatic. He trips, he gets hit with furniture, he breathes like he just ran a 5K, and somehow he's still catching motherfucking bodies. He's basically the only villain that can fail upwards into terror. Oh, and then we have the double killer reveal here. Billy common cool, Stu absolutely feral. Matthew Lillard is so fun to watch in these Scream movies. He's like a golden retriever in a Ghostface mask. He's excited, he's unpredictable, he's destructive, and somehow you cannot keep your eyes off of him. And Sydney, of course, she's final girl royalty. She's smart, she's resilient, she's messy, but she's messy in a human way. The movie fully commits to its concept, the meta commentary, the rules, the whodunit, it all works. So where are we placing Scream? Scream goes nuclear, hands down. This is the mask, this is the blueprint, this is the reason we're even having this conversation. Next, we got Scream 2, and here's the tricky part with horror sequels. Once you reinvented the game, what do you do next? You go bigger, right? Sometimes louder, sometimes messier. Enter Scream 2. Scream 2 is interesting. It opens in a movie theater where everyone is dressed as Ghostface and just waving knives around, which is insane, but also low-key kind of brilliant. This movie definitely leans into sequel commentary. There's this classroom scene debating whether sequels are inferior while we're watching the sequel. I mean, that's clever without being exhausting. And if you want my opinion, sequels are inferior, hands down. But for Scream 2, I love the college setting. I feel like it gives it breathing room. It feels bigger. But the car scene where Sydney climbs over Ghostface and doesn't rip the mask off or double tap, I aged. I basically invented a new level of facepalm. Then the finale comes in and I think it locks in here. Multiple reveals, Billy's mom out for revenge. Good old revenge. You gotta love that motive. And you got caught in deciding whether fame or mortality wins. I mean, it just keeps escalating. Is it tighter than the original? No. Is it entertaining? Absolutely. Tier, Scream 2 goes hard. Not nuclear, but it keeps the knife sharp. And at this point, we're 2 movies in. We've done high school, we've done college. So naturally, where do we go? We go to Hollywood, baby. Because when in doubt, make it about the movies, right? Scream 3 takes the meta angle and cranks it up. Movie sets, actors playing the actual characters, fax machine rewriting the script mid-murder. I mean, that's fun. But here's the thing. Fun doesn't always equal hard. We know that. The kills don't really stand out here. The tension feels lighter. The long-lost brother reveal, it's dramatic, but it's edging into soap opera territory. Like someone yelled, "Surprise, I'm your brother!" and everybody just kind of nodded politely while still looking at their phone and checking their Instagram. It's not horrible, it just feels less hungry. Tier, Scream 3 needs more teeth. It's chewing, it's trying, but it's basically gnawing on a marshmallow and not even biting down. Yikes. Okay, now here's where things get interesting though, because over a decade later, horror changed again. Remakes, reboots, fame culture, and Scream said, okay, let me talk about that. Scream 4, in my opinion, understood the assignment. Back to Woodsboro, new generation, internet obsession. And then Emma Roberts absolutely commits to being unhinged. She's the kind of performer who makes perfect villains look effortless. Like she invented chaos and bottled it as pure energy. Her reveal is strong. Her beating herself up to stage the crime scene, I mean, even stronger. It's structurally familiar, the movie is, yes, but it updates the motive in a way that feels modern and mean, like, I want revenge and good Wi-Fi. And the hospital extension at the end, I like that it didn't just wrap up neatly. Sydney has that iconic line, "Don't with the original." I mean, that's hard as Tier, I'm gonna say Scream 4 strikes. I think that is a good place for it. I think it lands solid hits. I think it's confident. I think it's entertaining. It's not quite iconic, but it's kind of close. Like a friend bringing you Mexican food without the chips and queso. Delicious, sure, but something important is definitely missing here. So here we go into Scream 5. We've survived remakes. We've survived trilogy rolls. Now we enter the era of the requel. Legacy characters, new generation, internet discourse, high expectations, very high expectations. And then Scream 2022, here we go. The idea, solid. Bring back legacy characters, introduce new blood, tie it all back to the original. In theory, this should have gone hard. In practice, why the f is everybody related to Billy, Randy, Randy's sister, or the sheriff? Woodsboro is starting to feel less like a town and more like a family reunion with knives. And let's talk about our new lead. Guys, I'm sorry, I tried. I really tried, but the Billy Loomis is my dad and he talks to me in mirror storyline, that's not psychological depth. That's CW hallucination lore. And the sister relationship, I'm sorry, but this is soap opera energy, hospital drama core. Meanwhile, we have Dewey out here, depressed, divorced, living alone, and no one thought maybe we should unpack that just a little bit more? Huh? And his death. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it. Why does no one help him? Why do they just leave him there? And then he goes back to double tap, which is one of the goddamn rules, and he gets folded? That's not tragic writing, that's frustrating writing. I do think the finale in Stu's house is fun in theory, nostalgia hits a little bit, but the boyfriend being the killer again, guys, we've seen this movie before, right? It feels less like a bold new chapter and more like Scream just doing karaoke of itself, so tier placement for me, this one needs more teeth. There are intense moments, there is energy here, but the emotional core does not land for me. And when your new lead is hard to root for, that's a problem, because in Scream, if I'm not rooting for the final girl, I might start rooting for Ghostface, and that's dangerous. Bring in Scream 6. That might be exactly what I did. Let's talk about it. Because after Scream 5, you'd think that the franchise would recalibrate, maybe refocus, maybe refine the new characters so we connect more. Instead, we moved to NYC, baby. Ghostface in Manhattan? Cool concept. Subway scene? Scenes in New York atmosphere? Genuinely kind of tense and fun. Gale finally getting personally targeted and actually kind of outsmarting the killer in a relative sense? Awesome! That scene with Courtney Cox where Ghostface is in the apartment and she hangs up, calls back, traces the line, and starts shooting doors, that's veteran behavior. That's legacy muscle memory. But the core group here, the core four, I'm struggling, guys. Samantha, I'm sorry, she continues to be exhausting to me. Everything is about her. She's angry, she's defensive, she's morally conflicted, she's also somehow the victim and the anti-hero and the misunderstood genius all at the same time. Pick a lane. The whole don't mess with the daughter of a serial killer thing that she says in the previous movie and then keeps the same kind of energy into this movie, that line wanted to be iconic so badly. It wasn't. It's giving Hot Topic monologue. And can we talk about the fact that everyone just gets stabbed 12 times and just walks it off? At this point, Ghostface might as well be using a butter knife. I mean, the stakes are starting to feel optional, and that's where it loses me. Because the original Scream made it so clear, no one is safe. Here, everyone is safe. Except for the audience from eye rolling, of course. And the Billy hallucinations coming back though, why are we still doing this? Why? This is the first time in the franchise where I genuinely caught myself thinking, low-key, Ghostface kind of has a point. Let Ghostface win for once, and that's not very good. So tier placement, this needs more teeth for me. It's more action heavy, I think it's visually stronger, but emotionally, it's really hard to care when the characters feel insufferable and invincible at the same time. That combo is lethal to tension. And now we're here, guys. Scream 7, a franchise with legacy, history, expectations. So how do you evolve without repeating yourself? Scream 7 really leans into nostalgia and legacy hard. Sydney, as a mom, I actually like that emotional layer. She's now running a household while dodging murderers. Basically, Supermom meets Ghostface. We love that for her. And the fall aesthetic here, I think, is a strong vibe. Ghostface also feels more deliberate this time, less clumsy, more controlled. But the AI stew, yeah, we know that's not great in this one. The franchise went full robot. Trendy, sure. Scary, nope. Confusing, absolutely bad, yeah. Then we got Tatum. Oh, Tatum. Screaming, running upstairs, ignoring every obvious safety tip. Double tap, Tatum. Double tap! It's like watching a golden retriever chasing a squirrel straight into danger, and somehow we're rooting for it. This one, I think there are some tense sequences, some solid fights, but structurally it plays it pretty safe. So tier, I'm actually going to give Scream 7, I'm going to put it in strikes. Just for me, because it's entertaining, it's nostalgic, I'm really glad Sydney is back. For me, I'm a Sydney gal. But really, Scream 7 is basically just another Scream movie. Fun while it's happening, but it quickly fades away from memory. So there we go. This is our final tier. Okay, Nuclear, we only got one. The original Scream, that's totally fair. Goes Hard, Scream 2, wow. Only the films in the 90s made it into the top tiers. Strikes, I have 4 and 7. Some reason I liked 4, and I did not mind 7. I feel like 7 is getting kind of criticized, but there were some parts to it that I genuinely liked. Needs more teeth. I have Scream 3, Scream 5, and Scream 6. I am not a fan of 5 and 6, as you saw from what I was talking about. And then Lifeless, none in Lifeless, because even mid-tier Scream still has a pulse, apparently. So guys, what's your favorite scary movie? Is it the one that started it all? Or is it the one that tried to stab its way back into relevance? Drop your tier list. And remember, in this franchise, everyone's a suspect, but only one goes nuclear. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you guys for watching, and catch me next time. Peace.